Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day. Whenever you are seeing this, I hope you are good. My name is Christian, and today we are going to be talking about a book club update. Now, I think it's been over a year since I did a video about spiritual books, and I announced my book club to you guys, Enlightened Reads. So far, these are all of the books that we've read, aside from one of these books that we attempted to read that was too much for us, and we're going to be talking about that as well. So if you guys are interested in a spiritual book club where all of the books that we read are either self-help books or they're about, finding your purpose, healing, becoming who you need to be, things that are going to uplift us spiritually, that's what we work on in Enlightened Reads. So if you guys are interested in joining, it's totally free. All you have to do is follow us on Instagram at Enlightened Reads. Every week I go live with a live discussion on Wednesday nights talking about the reading assignment. I post highlights from every chapter, discussion questions to help you follow along as you're reading, and a new reading assignment every single week. So it's been awesome. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it. And I just wanted to share with you guys some of these books that we've actually gotten into. I went through a couple of books that we didn't actually read, like The Law of Attraction and The Secret. Now, I think we're probably going to be reading these books as we go into our second year. It's been about a year and a couple of months since we've had the book club, and this is what we've read so far. We lost about 4 months on one of these books trying to get it together, and it just wasn't working. But let's get into it, guys. I wanted to share with you what we have coming up and, just everything we've been working on. So yeah, again, it's totally free to join the book club. There is a Discord that you can participate in where, we talk about things and we discuss, but also there's a lot of chances on Instagram for you to discuss as well. So the first book that we read was Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. This is one of my favorite books. I always recommend this to anyone who is beginning their spiritual journey. And there's also a book called Man, Heal Thyself that is written by her son, which is a great book if you have a brother, a husband, a partner, a dad, any man I think could definitely benefit from Man, Heal Thyself, just like I feel most women can benefit from Sacred Woman. Now, this book is written for Black women. It is based on a lot of African spirituality practices. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm not really sure what I even want to start with. There's so much in this book, guys. There's gateways that basically align how to bring divinity and sacred energy into your home, into the way you move, into the way you speak, into the way you eat, into your relationships, literally into everything. And there's so much in here. You guys can see all of my tabs from the last time I went in here. We talk about all different types of work, information on celibacy. There's all kind of different charts for you to fill out. This is a womb wellness profile for you to basically jot down, the history of your menstrual cycles, different cycles that you experience, different PMS that you experience, so you can keep track of all of those things. Also, we have a bunch of charts about the food that we eat and how the food makes us feel. You can see we have a green food, power foods that bring divine order into your life. So they list a bunch of green veggies and talk about the ways that these things can bring beautiful things into your life. They also talk about oppressive foods that can make your depression worse, can make your anxiety worse, things that lead to bloating, irregularity in our womb health and our womb cycle and different things like that. There's a lot of different recipes in here. Super garden green salad, barbecued mushrooms, vegetable soup, sweet potato pie, an apple, pear, and blueberry dessert. There's a little bit of everything in here. A lot of information about fasting, all kinds of stuff. So this is an amazing book. I see this as a reference book, something, like I said, to mark up, something to always turn back to. This time, we're going to be reading this again for the second time in the group. So this is what we're going to be reading. So if you guys are wanting to read Sacred Woman with us, then go ahead and join Enlightened Reads Book Club, and also check out Sacred Solidarity, which is the online community. The book club is for Sacred Solidarity. The book club does not stand alone. It is the Sacred Solidarity Book Club, which is my online community. So if you guys go on the Instagram of Sacred Solidarity, in the link in that bio, you'll see a link to a group me, the Sacred Solidarity group chat. That's where we're going to be discussing everything we're working on in Sacred Woman. This time when we're going to be reading it, I want us to observe each gateway for a week. So we're going to be following, what they recommend to eat, how they recommend to speak, how they recommend to journal, meditate, the stretches they recommend, whatever the case may be. Now I'm going to be following it to a T because this is my third time reading this book. And one, I want to give you guys a real life description on the results. I want to record the process for you guys and share it with y'all here on YouTube. But also I want to just challenge myself to be disciplined and stick to these things. I believe there are 9 gateways, so it'll be about 9 weeks of work, which I'm super excited about. And I believe that we're going to wrap up the year with this. I don't think we'll have time for any other books after we finish this. So yeah, we're going to be reading this in the next couple of weeks. I think I'm going to give us 3 weeks to start from the time this video drops. It'll be 3 weeks. Because I want to give us time to get our materials, whatever we want to use, however we want to eat, our detox juice and all of that good stuff. I want to give us time to get our ingredients so we can get everything together. But Sacred Woman is a beautiful book, a guide to healing the feminine body, mind, and spirit. And there's also a Sacred Woman journal that you can check out. I'm probably going to get the journal as well, but this is such a powerful book. I would definitely recommend checking this out and also looking into Queen Afua. And remember, we already read this with the book club. This is the first book that we read. So if you guys go to the Sacred, if you guys go to the Enlightened Reads book club, you can scroll all the way down to the bottom and you'll see the notes and all the discussion questions and the lives and everything from Sacred Woman, if you kind of wanted to go through it before we get into it as a group. So we read Sacred Woman. After we read Sacred Woman, we read Pussy Prayers. Now this book says sacred and sensual rituals for wild women of color, a new kind of sex ed. So this book is basically a modern shortened version of Sacred Woman. I think these books go together a great, awesome way when we're talking about womb health and different things like that. There's a bunch of different messages here. Send yourself nudes, a way for you to be intimate with yourself, since we always see, sending nudes as something that we do for somebody else. But when was the last time you got fine for yourself? When was the last time you nurtured your own individuality and intimacy? There's a story about there's a part about rewriting your story. If you've experienced trauma, how you can rewrite your story, how you can tell a story that empowers you versus, brings you down. There's a lot of great points in here. Sex, magic, and manifestation, a morning ritual, getting into the flow, info on your menstrual cycle, of course, information on self-care, the truth of self-care, that it ain't always love and light. That's literally what one of these pages say. Talking about your inner child, connecting with your inner child. So this book is really awesome. There's a lot of great information in here, again, about womb healing, womb health, and how to connect with your womb. I think Pussy Prayers is great if you have Sacred Woman and you're like, child, this look big, baby, because it's a lot of information. I think this is a great book because there's a lot of practices in here, different exercises and stuff. So this is the second book that we read. So we started off with some womb healing. Pussy Prayers is awesome. Awesome book. Then we read Atomic Habits. I'm pretty sure I have the right order. We read Atomic Habits. Now this is an amazing book. Tiny changes, remarkable results. An easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. So this literally is exactly what it says. It tells you why you haven't been able to make good habits, how to add something else into your routine, how to make it enjoyable, make it fun, make it easy, make it simple, and basically just how to really make your habits stick and the power of creating really, really good habits. So yeah, they basically talk about a lot of different things. The plateau effect that we experience when we first are doing something and we're getting really, really excited, and then we kind of just flatten out and, drop off and lose that discipline, how we can keep our discipline up and our motivation and inspiration up. They also talk about, different ways that we can put our habits together, building upon the habits that you already have, adding a little bit of difficulty and a few things that challenge you gradually versus kind of, trying to do a full total 180 all at once. There's a chapter summary at the end of each chapter, which I really like, that kind of gives you a couple of bulleted points about everything that was in the chapter, so you can take really good notes. This was a great book for the book club because it makes it easy to take notes. It makes it easy to just kind of, understand where things are coming from. They also reference a lot of different experiments, a lot of different scientific experiments that I thought were really, really interesting to just show us the different effects that, these practices have on us, like in a scientific way. And I love that, I love a good spiritual, I love a good spiritual meaning, but I like seeing the science behind a lot of these things. That's just how my brain works. So with habit stacking, this is one of the basically one of the terms, one of the exercises that they included, a way to basically create your habits. So Q, craving, response, and reward. Basically, whatever tells you that this is what you need to do. There was a example of when we get the text message vibrate on our phone and we instantly pick up the phone, or if you get a notification from social media. The cue is going to be that vibration. The craving is, I need to look, I need to check this. The response is, I'm going to go and check it. And the reward is seeing whatever that message is. So basically understanding, those parts of whatever you're trying to bring into your life and finding ways to make it work for you. So this is a really great book. And if you have trouble sticking to anything, being disciplined, whatever the case may be, this is definitely going to help you out a lot. And again, any of these books you guys can check out on the book club. You can see all of the notes, how we got into it, what we did, and everything there. So let's do a little bit of a detour, guys, because this is the book that took us out. Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. We tried to read this book for 4 months. All of these other books, I had so much participation from everybody. Everybody was tuning in on the lives. Everybody was chiming in. It was great. For this book, baby, I used to be on the live talking to myself. It was crickets, honey. It was crickets. This is a very in-depth book. I mean, just look at how many words are on the pages. Look at all of the diagrams. There's a lot that goes on in this book. Also, there's literal, pictures of people's brains and the inside of their brain scans and all kind of stuff from all kinds of different work. Look at this, y'all. Girl, they was like, baby, we didn't sign up for this. We don't want this. So this book, Becoming Supernatural, is a really, 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 really powerful read. What I did read about this book, what I did read in this book was really transformational. I don't think I even made it that far. I think I maybe made it to around page 60. I stopped around right here, girl. This is all I could get through on my own, because when I'm reading, it helps me to read with you guys versus trying to do it on my own, especially something like this. Oh, I read a little bit further. I got some notes and some stuff underlined all the way back here. Girl, I read a little bit further, okay. But still, this was a hard book to read, but it's a great book, and I want to read this all the way through by myself, take hella notes so we can read it together again. And I think the more I'm able to help you guys through it, the better it'll be. And also, we're going to have to do a lot shorter reading assignments, like maybe 15 or 10 pages per reading assignment, because this book is hefty. But this book basically talks about how to change your body, your mind, and everything in your life on a molecular level. They literally talk about how cells, transfer information to other cells, how it affects your nervous system. They tell a story about a woman who cured herself from cancer, all kind of depression, all kind of ailments that she had in her body, all kind of lesions and stuff that she had in her body, everything. And basically what triggered all of this illness is she found out that her husband offed himself. And whenever she found that out, it literally just sent her, down a path of pain and self-destruction. And they talk about, how pain manifests in the body and how pain manifests and how trauma manifests to affect every part of your life. Now, this book is such an incredible, powerful read. I really, really think that reading this and understanding this will absolutely change your life and change how you live. They also reference the chakras as energy points, and they talk specifically about the parts of the body that are attached to each chakra, and how we can do, energy meditation, regulating meditations to just understand what those parts of our body need. So yeah, this is a great book. I definitely hope to revisit this, but it is a lot. This is definitely like a textbook kind of book. It's definitely a lot in here. And I hope we can revisit this. It also says how common people are doing the uncommon. So I really love this book, and I hope we can get through it together eventually. But yeah, last 3 books. Let's go ahead and get into it. So after I was like, we can't read Becoming Supernatural, I chose to do the 4 Agreements because, of course, this is a great quick read, and it's a much easier read. As you can see, these little elementary pages, it's not too much to read. But this is a book that I would read every week of my life. The Alchemist as well, and the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. These last 3 books have been short but mighty. They've been small, but they have given us a lot of great information. So the 4 Agreements, and I'm sure you've heard about this book. I definitely want to read more by this author. He's very prolific. Most of these authors are very prolific, but this book was really incredible. The 4 Agreements, basically 4 ways to live your life. The 4 Agreements are: be impeccable with your words. So this talks about being honest and, having self-respect, having dignity, having honor, having something to stand on, speaking with integrity. Don't take anything personally. So how to stop feeling like everything is personal. I thought that was a really powerful chapter. Just telling us that the good stuff, the bad stuff, nothing that you get from other people is ever personal, ever. And it's all about how you perceive that and how you have to be the one that decides how you feel about things, how you feel about yourself. You can't let anybody else determine that for you. Literally, it says, when you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim to needless suffering. Stop playing. Get the book right now. Don't make assumptions. Having the courage to ask questions, and also always do your best. How your best is never the same, but how to always, show gratitude and show appreciation for yourself, no matter what your best may look like from moment to moment. So needless to say, this was such an incredible, powerful book. I really, really love the 4 agreements. I know so many people who have read this book and said that it's changed their life. I would definitely recommend tapping into the 4 agreements, guys. Loved reading through that. And of course, we have the 7 spiritual laws of success. I really loved this book as well. The practical guide to the fulfillment of your dreams. This was a really, really, really amazing, awesome read. So the 7 spiritual laws: the law of pure potentiality, the law of giving, the law of karma or cause and effect, the law of least effort, the law of intention and desire, the law of detachment, the law of dharma or purpose in life. So this basically talks about success on the spiritual level and how abundance and money is not in landing the right job position, how it's in giving, how it's in karma, how it's in the least effort, how it's in your intention and desire, how you're going after things, how it's in detachment, instead of focusing on what you want to manifest and always thinking, is it coming, is it coming, is it coming, detaching from it. Also, how attachment to one end result a lot of times leads us on an endless cycle. Like if you are waiting on a certain job, like a certain position, a certain car, a certain whatever, yes, you need to be specific, but you don't want to have an attachment to that specific thing. Whereas if another opportunity presents itself, you don't even want to hear it because you're so attached to that one outcome. So the law of detachment will allow you to get to where you need to be. And of course, the law of dharma or purpose in life. Just understanding that we all have a very specific purpose, and we can't ever deviate from that purpose. That purpose is always going to anchor us to what we need. So let me see if there are a few things that I can read to you guys. Okay, detachment is based on the unquestioning belief in the power of your true self. So when you are able to detach from something, it's because you have that much faith in yourself that you know you don't need to worry about it. Attachment, on the other hand, is based in fear and insecurity. And the need for security is based on not knowing the true self. When we're looking for money, it's because we want to feel secure. When we're looking for a partner and we have codependency, it's because we want that person to give us security, which means we don't feel secure in ourselves. Stop playing. Those who seek security chase it for a lifetime without ever finding it. You'll never find security if you can't recognize that you have it within yourself. Also, they talk about when you plant something, you don't dig it up every other day to see how it's going. You let it stay in the dark and you let it do its thing, Intention combined with detachment leads to life-centered present moment awareness. When you can set the attention and then detach from it, you can allow what needs to happen, okay? I don't want to get into too much, but this book is bussin'. It's awesome. It's incredible. I really love this book. This is definitely something that I would read again. And if you're a business owner, if you are having trouble in career, read this book. It'll definitely change your perspective. It'll definitely change how you feel about, where you're going and how you're moving forward. And each one of these books, every time we finish reading it, I always give it to my husband to read because he loves to read too. And, we both are in 2 different, spaces, like just career-wise and, life-wise. There's a lot of different things that we're working on and stuff like that. And all of these books hit for him as well. So recommend these books to a friend. You know what I'm saying? I always think that's really the purpose of a book club, finding something that touches you and sharing it with the people around you. So yeah, if you want to join the book club, I would recommend you guys joining in with a friend, or even starting your own little book club where you guys follow along with what we're doing and you chime in for the lives and have your own discussions. Because I'm not going to stop ever. I love reading. Like when I was growing up, we used to go to the library every Saturday, girl, and ball out at the library. I love reading. I love the library. I wanted to be a librarian once upon a time. And I would still love to be a librarian now, but you need a degree for that, which I don't have. But I love reading. I love books. I love getting lost in books. And, we've read some really amazing stories, and I think it's just been great to read with everybody. And this is the last book that we just finished reading. I literally just did a live discussion for this book last night, The Alchemist. Y'all, the book and the story of this book is incredible. I'm going to breeze through it really quick. The author of this book was not selling anything for months and months and months. They got dropped by their publisher. The publisher said, you can take the book. We don't even want the book. We don't want the rights to the book. Take the book. It wasn't until someone in America, I believe, picked up the book that it started going crazy like wildfire. Now, this is the second most translated book outside of the Bible, because the Bible is the book that's in the most languages. This is right next to the Bible, y'all. That is crazy. This author talks about, being let go by their publisher when he was 41 years old. You know how defeated we feel when we don't know what we're supposed to do at 21, 25, 30. So this talks about playing the long game and seeing your journey, your purpose, your personal legend is what they call in the book, all the way to the end. This book tells the story of a young boy named Santiago who has a dream of treasure in the pyramids of Egypt. And he, dedicates his time to finding that treasure. He follows the omens along the way. He meets a lot of great magical, gifted people that help him on his purpose. He changes a lot of lives. He meets a lot of incredible people. He learns a lot of things. He has conversations with the sun, with the desert, with the wind, with God. He understands the purpose of everything, the purpose of himself. This is such an incredible book. And if you ever feel insignificant, if you ever feel like your dreams are too big or whatever, this is a book that you can read literally in like a day or in 2 days. It's such a good book. We had a great time reading it together, and this is the last book that we finished. I definitely would read this again. What I think I want to do is maybe read Sacred Woman every year, maybe, because I know we always have new people, and Sacred Woman is just a timeless book. People are always checking for Sacred Woman, so we might read this every year to kind of wrap up the year with the detox, because I want, the purpose of the group to uplift us, so finishing out the year with the detox could be great. But I might bring this book back because this book truly blessed me, and it also just, reminds me of our own journey. There's so many parallels in this mystical book that reminded me of, how we experience life. Just being knocked down on our journey, wanting to give up, having to motivate ourselves, getting a sign. It's like, okay, I knew I wasn't supposed to let go, and having to just kind of run on faith when you have no clue. Like the whole time he was like, what I'm supposed to be doing? Like he was so lost the majority of the time, and the answers found him on the way, which was so beautiful. Needless to say, I love The Alchemist. I love all of these books. They've all been incredible, even the one that almost took us out. But I am super excited to, just kind of share with you guys what we have been working on. And I hope if you guys are looking for a book club that you will check us out on Instagram at Enlightened Reads. Remember, all you need to do to join the book club is just to follow us on Instagram and keep up to date with everything. You can check out Sacred Solidarity as well. The link to that is always in the description box. It's also going to be in the bio of Enlightened Reads, and you can look in the bio of Sacred Solidarity to find the link to the group chat. And I will be updating the Discord link. Y'all always tell me about the Discord link. I fucking hate Discord because the link expires every 7 days. I don't have time to go back and edit my description box every 7 days. Like that literally blows me that every 7 days the link expires. That is so annoying to me. Discord, do better. Y'all need to start emailing Discord so they can do better with that. But this has been great. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've definitely enjoyed kind of going down the memory lane with all of these great books. But I hope you guys have a good one. I thank you guys for being here. And if you have any suggestions of what you want to read, I always ask the group what they want to read. Every single one of these books, even Becoming Supernatural, they picked it. Except for Sacred Woman. I knew I wanted to start with Sacred Woman, but every other one of these books, I always ask for suggestions and let us vote as a whole. And whatever you guys pick, that is what we're going to read. So I appreciate y'all, and I thank you guys for being here, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys. Bless.